What is going on, YouTube? You are back with the Prez. It's a Monday, the last Monday of the year, but I'm short on time today. So I'm gonna be bringing you a full bodyweight only chest routine today. I'm gonna be titling this the Minimalist Chest Workout, because again, it's gonna be very basic, but very effective, very high stimulus for muscle building. When I say minimalist, all you're gonna need is body weight. I'm gonna have my 20-pound vest on, which you do not need. You could use resistance bands. So body weight, a weighted vest if you have, you don't need more than 20 pounds, and then some resistance band for a full, complete body weight calisthenics, very effective muscle building chest routine. Follow along, let's go. All right, guys, so like I said, it's a minimalist style routine today. We're starting the exercises off with parallel bar dips. Like I said, I have a 20-pound vest on. You guys do not need this. If you guys could do this with body weight and still fall in the required rep ranges, that's fine. If you need some added resistance and you don't have a vest, like I said, you guys could also use resistance bands for this, right? You guys could just strap a resistance band around your back, and at the top portion of each repetition, you're gonna be adding resistance to the body weight, right? Making the reps harder. Now, the goal for this is eccentrically loading the muscle, right? Going through a full range of motion every single repetition, focusing on the stretch here. And remember this, guys, hypertrophy, meaning muscle building, happens anywhere between, I say 6 up to 30 reps, right? Studies say 5 to 30, I say 6 to 35. Again, it's still more teetering on that strength numbers. 6 and above is where I like to stay for that muscle building rep ranges, right? So here, the goal with these for me was to try to keep every set above 15 to 25 reps. Again, really focusing on every repetition, hitting a deep stretch, trying to get a little bit of a pause there, and coming to lockout, but not spending too much time with the lockout, right? Because remember, the most muscle damage, the muscle loading, and the most benefit from the rep comes in the eccentric portion of the repetition. But don't get it twisted, guys. Don't just get caught up in the new hype of everyone just doing lengthened partials, right? Because lengthened partials cut out half of the movement, right? You're leaving the whole concentric out of the repetition. They're good and effective only once you've exhausted full range of motion repetitions. So 3 sets here, 15 rep minimum on the weighted dips to start off, guys. Get them done. All right, guys, exercise number 2. And remember, I call this a minimalist style chest workout because we're not going to be doing a ton of different exercises. We're just going to be doing the most effective bang for your buck variations of basic movements, right? And now, exercise 2, we're just going into a push-up. But you can see here we're doing deep range of motion with the extra stretch on the bottom portion of the repetition. Remember, if you guys could find something like you guys see me using here in the park, I have these elevated handles on this bench. It's going to allow you to get your chest through an extended range of motion, just like if you were to do them on the rings, or if you guys don't have rings, or if you don't have access to a piece of equipment like this in the park, you guys could bring yourself a bunch of books. You could stack up like 2 or 3 books under your right hand, 2 or 3 books under your left hand, and again, that's just going to elevate your hands a little bit, but allow the chest to get deeper than the hands, right? That's eccentrically focusing, that's focusing on more of an eccentric load here, adding the range of motion. Again, same principle as the dips. We're trying to load up in the bottom position. That's where the damage comes from. That's where the muscle stress is, and then coming to a full lockout at the top, but not spending much time in the lockout, just touching it, and then again, really emphasizing that time under tension. These are long sets, right? I'm only hitting, I think, 12 reps each set of push-ups, but the sets take close to 45, 50 seconds to complete, right? And you can see on the last rep of each one of these push-ups, I'm coming to just about muscular failure, right? That's where you get the hypertrophy benefits. If I was saving 5 reps in the tank every set, I would not be stimulating the muscles enough for them to grow. I would be stimulating enough for them to get better in endurance, and I can just keep doing sets and never go into failure. But if you want to stimulate the muscle growth, if you want muscle growth to happen, you got to create some type of damage and stress, and that comes, again, taking the set to just about muscular failure. And you're going to see here on this 3rd set, it's literally the last repetition. I'm forcing it out, and I think you're going to see right here, might be rep number 10 or 11 right here. I think this is 11, grinding out 11, and then you're going to see this 12th rep right here. It's a struggle, pushing, slowing it down. I'm not slowing it down, that's just how it's moving because of how hard it is. All right, moving on. We took the vest off now. Now I'm moving on to some body weight pump style sarcoplasmic hypertrophy training right now, guys. Remember this, everything we're doing today is lower intensity. Lower intensity meaning the loads are not high. I only had a 20-pound vest on and body weight, and like I said, all you guys need is a 20-pound vest, body weight, or bands, right? Bands could be the most resistance also for you guys. That's keeping the overall intensity, meaning the load, low, right? So you can get a lot more volume in shorter break periods. So right here, we're just going for a 50 total straight bar dips as a pump slash burnout routine right here. And we caught 30 on the first clip, and then I end up catching a 20 clip right here to finish off the 50. All right, and finishing off with some isolation work. This is why I said you're still gonna need some resistance bands regardless, right? So what I'm doing here is resistance band flies. Remember the action of the chest. In order to get a full contraction of the chest, you have to be able to get the humerus across the body. That's why I always talk about the benefits of training on the rings, the benefits of dumbbells, the benefits of cables and machines, because they allow you to get the peak contraction of the muscle groups, because they allow your arms to converge across the midline of the body, right? And again, that's how you get a peak contraction of the chest. So here I have one band anchored on a pole here. And again, we're doing single arm each, so single chest each side. So I started with the left chest, and then I went over to the right pec, right? And again, we're just going 12 to 15 of these band flies where I'm focusing on stretching the chest on the eccentric and bringing it across the bringing the humerus across the chest for that peak contraction. Just 2 sets of this, 12 reps each side. All right, guys, like I said, we were pressed for time. That's a wrap for the minimalist chest routine. 3 main movements and then 1 isolation exercise. Dips, eccentrically loaded or extra range of motion. Push-ups, you guys can do those on rings. You guys can find yourself a pair of textbooks. It does not matter. A high rep set, 50 rep burnout, straight bar dips. And then we finish with these cable or band flies, right? That's the isolation movement. Like I said, you only need body weight, 20-pound vest if you have to. You don't even need a vest. You could use bands for the added resistance for the dips and the push-ups, right? All you got to do, instead of wearing a vest, just wrap this band around you. Now you got resistance for your push-ups, resistance for your dips, and again, it's really true minimalist style training here, guys. Crazy pump in the chest, crazy muscle building stimulus. You do not need fancy equipment, fancy machines, barbells, dumbbells to get an effective muscle building routine, right? Just know how to change smart with your body weight. See you guys in the next one. Happy New Year.
They all love to talk, you know they do that shit the most. Think you on my level, boy, but you ain't even close.